Hello everyone and Happy New Year 2025.
Hello.
When you are watching this, we will just have stepped over the fault line to another year, which we hope will be filled with a lot of funny and interesting videos. Over the past few weeks we have been very silent because, well, there were reasons.
Yeah.
Let's just say, without triggering YouTube too hard, that we had the 2020 flu, if you know what I say.
Yep.
And it didn't treat us nicely. We had our voices were absolutely gone, and maybe it's still audible a little bit. Nobody of us was actually able to record anything or in the mood or in the shape to get a video substantially down that is interesting to watch.
Yeah.
So we just thought we are taking a little Christmas break.
Yeah, so we decided to take a break. Our Christmas was basically just filled with us being completely under the weather.
So to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. We could barely speak without coughing, so it was impossible to make videos. So today, for the first video of 2025, we have decided to go with the sketchbook tour with one of the sketchbooks that I have finished.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, we have been talking about and planning this for months on end now. We were never sure how to go on about this, but well, sometimes you just need the occasion, and I think the occasion is now.
I think so too, because, looking into somebody's sketchbook, it can be quite a private thing, and, some people don't feel comfortable showing off their sketchbooks. I'm one of these people. I don't know why. But yeah, so this is my sketchbook. This was one from Action. The spine completely broke. It tore here, so this is actually duct tape that's holding it. These are Temu stickers.
And why not? I mean,
why not?
They are just stickers,
Yeah,
some things you put to pure decorative reasons.
Yeah, it looks cool. And this is the back cover with the homemade stickers that we made. And we just stuck them there for demonstration purposes, and well, they just stay there now. So let's look through my sketchbook.
By the way, if you hear loud noises, banging or anything during the course of this video, that's outside. When we are recording this, it's New Year's Eve 2024. So people are busy making a noise and a lot of dirt.
Yeah, they're already starting with the fireworks. Okay.
So, what do we have?
This is just the first page where I was experimenting with the blow pens. I stuck a few stickers. These are traveling stickers. They aren't ours. They came on a bag.
Yes, I bought an old Yamaha keyboard from the early 90s, and the previous owner had the bag that this came in decorated with these stickers. I wanted to just take them off, and you said no, let's keep them.
Yeah.
You repurposed them, which I find cool.
Yeah, so I thought they'd look nice in my sketchbook like this. And this is from some kind of anatomy book that I was looking at the time. I actually need to go and look in there again. So basically these are just, well,
practice drawings,
studies, notes, etc. And bear in mind, I often don't draw in order in my book, so I always tend to leave the first few pages blank, because that's how I get rid of the so-called sketchbook anxiety, is by actually skipping a few pages.
I can tell that, because nothing is worse than opening a book or putting down a white page and then you are just afraid to ruin it.
You're just afraid to ruin it. Okay, this is just my character Senshi just doing stuff.
Cute stuff?
Yeah, just cute stuff. She's just a character that I use as self-representation most of the time. She does have fox ears and a fox tail. For reasons I don't know, I just find it fun. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but
I don't know, I just like it because it's funny.
Yeah, no, so I mean, that's your character.
That's my character. I originally came up with the design. You refined it to a very much degree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, these characters are just I wouldn't even say self-inserts. They're just things that you can draw if you do not know what to draw, so you do not have to think so much.
Yes. Yeah, and here's just more
Deer.
stuff. Oh, this is a badly drawn deer. I really messed up the head. No, the back of the body is actually cool, but the rest of it, no, it's not good.
I would say it's cool.
And there's a donkey, and here I was testing with some kind of marker and colored pencils.
Some of these pages you may have seen in our previous videos when we showed like certain things, when we tried out stuff.
Yeah, this here was the first concept for our banner that we're actually using on YouTube at the moment. This was like the first kind of idea for one.
What kind of pens did you use here?
These, I was actually trying to use those water-based markers by Decotime, and then I accidentally grabbed the alcohol markers, which is why some of it blended so well, because when I turn the page, you can see where I used the water markers and where I used the alcohol markers.
That's the backside. There's the characters, which didn't bleed through, and there's the rest.
Yeah, and this was done with Pelican paint. One day when I was bored, I wanted to draw this little pink cat sitting in a sky. And here I was trying out with colored pencils. I didn't quite like what I was doing, so I just stopped. Okay, I had a migraine this day, and yeah, this is again Decotime water-based markers. That's why I didn't bleed through. I also didn't blend them with water or anything, I just did that. This was one of my first attempts at gouache. It's actually horrible.
I don't know, I wouldn't call it horrible. Everything I would whip down on such a page would be like catastrophic, so I don't know if horrible is the right term.
Well, this is when I started to understand how to use gouache. So it was like a learning experience at least.
I mean, sometimes you just have to like fool around, find out.
Yes. Okay, this was another gouache painting. This one came out a lot better. This is when I was like, okay, so this is how I use gouache. Yeah, and it came out good.
There's a lot of washi tape.
This is a lot of washi tape, and these reasons is because I tried to paint something here, and it ended up coming out so terrible. So I literally painted black over it, and then I stuck a whole bunch of washi tape over it.
And this guy.
Yeah, that's my werewolf character. Drawn on black paper.
It looks actually very cool with the silvery outline.
Yeah, and I used gel pens. That's why it's all shiny and stuff. And then this was a white coloured pencil. It was just a cheap one. There's more anatomy stuff.
More studies from books and whatnot.
Yeah, and Pinterest. I was looking at a lot of Pinterest stuff as well. Yeah, here's more anatomy stuff. This is acrylic paint. I found this picture also on Pinterest, and I thought, well, let's paint a lioness.
This is from a photo.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I normally use photo references. Yeah, it's more anatomy stuff, and
this you might have seen. This is from our one of our many videos about color pencils.
Yes, that's where it is. So always left a space here for Prismacolors. So I mean, we do have a little set of Prismacolors, but I haven't blended them here yet. Just more anatomy stuff, Stitch. And this was my introduction to my favourite pencils ever, is those Faber-Castell blue and red document pencils. I still wish that they did them as single pencils.
Which is kind of funny, because when I discovered these years and ages ago, sometime in the early 2000s, they were actually single pencils. So that they only sell them now in like a double format with blue on one side and red on the other strikes me as a little bit odd.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. And here in Stitch, I tried to do it in gouache paint. I remember this day, I don't know, these kids on the premises were making such a bloody noise.
Oh, I can tell this story because I was, I think I was shopping that afternoon and you decided to stay back.
Yeah.
Because I remember you weren't feeling well, you had a headache.
Yeah.
And then you start typing me on the phone, and I was just on the bus coming back. And then when I come actually into this house, I hear the actual problem that you're having, because there was this bunch of children without parents. Well, the parents were like in some apartment with another person. And they were like running in and out of our garage, hitting the plastic trash bins, and we are like sitting right above the trash bins. So it sounded like a drum studio in here.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So yeah, and I remember that you were like really upset because it came out quite streaky.
That's the thing, because when I get in the zone to do art, and if something breaks me out of it in my environment like that, I completely lose focus.
But well, it's nothing you can do against these things. Huh?
No. And everybody will recognize this one from the Pelican video. You can see it has faded a bit here over time. But everything else is still looking okay. It's more anatomy stuff.
More anatomy. Always good to practice anatomy.
Absolutely, I cannot stress that enough.
Oh, there's another stitch.
Yeah, this one was done with, what was it? The Arteza gouache paint. This was one of the first things I did with it. I did mess it up in quite a few places that I'm not happy about, but...
Well, you did a nice demo of the actual paints, because they pop nicely.
Yeah, they do pop nice. Okay, that's just my Werewolf Athena. Again. And yeah, everybody will recognise this one, and this was done with Crayola coloured pencils. I got the poses out of one of these animal encyclopedia books that we have lying around, which I thought was cool. There's more anatomy. I don't know how well those red ones are showing there because I didn't sketch that dark. And then I have these here.
Deer.
Yeah, this was out of this animal anatomy book that I constantly look at, because animals are my favourite thing to draw.
Well, why not? I mean, they are like versatile. You have like a lot of different ones. The shapes are always different. They move differently.
Okay, now this is obviously copied from a Lion King picture that I like.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, it's Mufasa, Simba. Done again with my Faber-Castell pencils that I like so much. These were like sticker ideas. Like there's Nikki and there's Lucy. Okay, everybody will recognise this one. That was from the Artex coloured pencils, which actually blend really, really well. Yeah, and there's the Brutfuner one that we showed off recently. Okay,
Sheep.
That's my sheep character. And just random foxes doing various things.
And that's cat doing various things. That's a typical cat pose when they want to be fed.
Yeah, I had both of them staring at me that day, so I decided to just sketch them. Wolves. Springbok character that I had to sketch with somebody. I think we ended up going with that one. This was done, or one of our very early videos where I did a sketch on camera was this one.
But I like how they interact with each other.
Yeah, I'd like to revisit this one sometime on a canvas or something. Maybe add a few other wolves and maybe some glowing eyes from wolves in the forest behind. I don't know. This was a nightmare. I was trying to do this cool thing with gouache paint and then it just did not come out the way I wanted. But this is what sketchbooks are for. Ideas.
Yes.
You can always revisit them in the future. So yeah,
I like this one. What did you do? How did you do this?
I did a very light sketch with red, and I actually started colouring this with the Brutfuner pencils.
Ah.
And then, I don't know, I just didn't finish it. It's more anatomy.
Oh, those are cool too.
Yeah, I was watching The Incredible Dr. Pol, and they had these Scottish Highlander cows, and I think they're so adorable. The way they look around, and you can't even really see their eyes because they just have this fringe covering their face. I think it's so cute.
They basically look always like giant shaggy dogs.
Yeah.
With horns.
With horns, yeah. Yeah, these are done with cheap fine liners. You can see where I used a better fine liner there where it's more bold, and then I switched to a really cheap one there.
Yeah, but I think it works nicely together. It just shows that you do not necessarily need to spill out a lot of cash on something like a fine liner, for example.
Absolutely not. Especially when you're practicing like this. It's good practice. So yeah, then I decided to do an alpaca, then a cartoony donkey and a sheep, and then a maned wolf.
A maned wolf?
Yeah, a maned wolf. These things look like they're walking around on stilts. They're awesome. I actually want to do more maned wolf stuff because they're just so fascinating. Okay, I was hanging around on Pinterest and I found this website through Pinterest with cartoon fundamentals by, I'm probably going to butcher this guy's name, Carlos Gomes Cabral or something. He's a Brazilian cartoon artist and he does these really cool cartoon drawings, and then he did these tutorials and I was like, oh, this is so much fun to draw this way. So he was showing like how to simplify features and whatnot, so I thought that was really interesting. So a lot of these that you're seeing here is basically me redrawing his drawings for practicing.
Which is also a good point. People don't hang always on Facebook or Reddit or wherever. Try to look for corners of the internet where you can find stuff like this and
absolutely
make use of it. It's all there.
This is more inspiration from Carlos, where he's showing like different characters, how to draw the hands, how to simplify the hands, which is always very useful. Simple shapes to define your anatomy and whatnot. Okay, everybody will recognize this page if you've been keeping up. That was in a video with the Crayola Crazy Art and Staedtler pencil crayons. Again, that was just a drawing.
Just a drawing.
Yeah.
You say gingerly.
Gingerly, yeah, because it didn't come out the way I wanted, of course. Okay, this is more drawings inspired by Carlos. And then I started doing like skulls and stuff.
Some Brutal Legend fan art, if anyone remembers that game.
Yeah, I used to draw a lot of Brutal Legend fan art back then. Bazois. The amazing dogs with the really long snouts. Again, I was hanging around on Pinterest looking at different photos of Bazois and then trying to stylize them. That's because they have such unique facial features. And then I started doing the same with German Shepherds. I did like a Corgi up there and a Pomeranian.
Cats.
Then I was looking at some cats because I've always struggled to draw cats. So I was experimenting, and then I figured drawing those hairless cats, the Sphinx cats, I was like, I don't know, it helps me understand their anatomy a bit more because cats are so like fluffy in their faces that you can't see their anatomy all the time.
Well, it's always like, I think the most of the shape of a cat is actually being defined by the suit.
Yeah.
And one just walks in here.
Yeah. Okay, and then I started looking at bull terriers. Because their egg-shaped heads are always fascinating. So we used to have this guy that lived down the block from us. He used to own a bull terrier. And when he would take that dog out for a walk, we always used to ask, is he taking the dog for the walk or is the dog walking him? Because the dog used to just yank him down the street. It was hilarious.
I mean, those are like really like strong dogs, aren't they?
Yes, they are actually strong. Then I was looking at rough collies and also basically stylizing them. Then I was doing these floaty thingies. When I was testing out colour pencils, I think these are Crayolas again. Ah, you'll recognise that doodle, me explaining these sharpness for wax crayons. And this was a concept I never fully went through with, and doodling stylized wolves again. More stylized wolves floating in the sky, because why not? Wax crowns. This was the test that we showed off.
Yeah. We did a lot of this stuff in the past year.
And then more tests there, and a cat. Then I was doodling Pokemon beta sprites that were from the Space World demo 97.
If you can name them all, leave it in the comments.
Well, I know that is a beta version of Zatu and Natu. And
Owl thing.
Hoot Hoot. Just messing around again. This is acrylic paint. I was bored. Didn't come out the way I wanted. So I abandoned it. This one was done on camera when I did a galaxy themed Labrador. Yeah, now we're reaching the end of the sketchbook. Now I'm just starting to doodle stuff. This is from a movie in the 70s, A Man Who Fell to Earth. These are just quotes from the IMDb page. Yeah, and then I decided to do Team Rocket. More anatomy stuff.
Donut? Hell yes.
Yeah, werewolves eating donuts. I don't know. I found the concept hilarious. Donut. And yeah, then again an abandoned concept in the back. I wanted to draw like a space cat and a space dog. Yep.
Not everything works out, but that's okay.
Not everything works out. So yeah, that is inside my sketchbook.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see.
I hope so.
I definitely think so. And if you think so too, why not tell us so in the comments? If you want to see more of this stuff, we might have more in the future.
Possibly, because I just finished this sketchbook the other day, so yeah, there could be more.
Yeah, so if you want to see, leave us a comment, leave us a like, and we can see if we can do another one.
Yes. So thank you very much for watching.
And again, have a nice 2025 if you watch us during this time. If you watch us later, I hope the year is going well. Nothing bad happened. And we shall see you in the next video. Bye.
Goodbye.